opening statement. And then afterwards, we will have Q&A from the room. We appreciate all those that are here in the grand ballroom and those watching from home. So, Coach, the podium is yours.
That's it?
That's it.
Let's go. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Question I probably get asked the most is why Georgia Tech? And I wanted to come up here and just give a few reasons why Georgia Tech is the place it is. To me, to these guys here, some of the things we've accomplished, first back-to-back winning seasons and bowl appearances in over a decade at our school. 5-0 at home last year, large in part because of our fan base and the re-energized fan base we have in our students and the student section and how they really are a part of our team on game day. The last two media days we've come up here, we've been picked to finish 12th and 10th in the conference, and we finished 4th, which is really one of only two teams in the league to finish in the top 4 the last 2 years, us and Louisville. We had multiple wins last year over top 10 teams for the first time in program history. But on top of that, we had our third consecutive semester of over a 3.0 GPA with 3.03, which was the highest in the history of the football program, and that's at Georgia Tech. Right? We're building a new football building that'll be completed next March. We'll be able to move in the middle of March of next year, and that's to be followed by a massive stadium renovation of Bobby Dodd Stadium. We're the top program in the country as far as our investment in how we use sports science and technology, and how we're the cutting edge that we are with that, which you would expect nothing less from a place like Georgia Tech. The Atlanta business community and how they've embraced our team and embraced our program and all of our athletics programs in our entire school. And we all know moving forward in the future how important that's going to be in the landscape of college football with the real NIL opportunities, sponsorships, job opportunities when these guys are done playing. Our fifth quarter program, which is our Life After Football program that we have, it really sets these guys up for when they are done playing football and prepares them for that life. To be in the state of Georgia with outstanding high school coaches that are there and our life, our lifeline of recruiting and the relationships we have there and the support we have from them. And at the end of the day, Georgia Tech's a place where you can come to be a first-round pick and a CEO. And that's why Georgia Tech's important to me. Right? That's why it's important to these guys. They understand those things. They believe in those things. And that's important. So, talking about football and really to recap a little bit of last year, we took a big step forward last season, and really the last 2 years we have, but we ended the season with two just very disappointing losses that we felt like we had an opportunity to win. But we know at this point we've established an identity of this football team, right? And that's not going to change. We know who we are as a football team. Everyone in the country knows who we are as a football team, and we embrace that. You sign up to play a game with Georgia Tech, and people know what they're going to get. They know what they're in store for, right? And that's something that we've worked extremely hard to build over the last 2 years, the identity that we have as a team. And look, we're going to celebrate that. We're going to embrace that and make sure that we, enjoy the fruits of the labor it's taken to put that together, right? Because it's not going to stop. You come to Georgia Tech, you have no choice but to be a part of that identity as a football player. So when people talk about our identity, yeah, we get excited about it, but really that's done nothing to guarantee us anything during the season. Right, to celebrate an identity just gives you a chance and an opportunity at the end of the year to possibly be able to celebrate more things. And look, we got a ways to go. We're working to continue to close that gap that we've been working for the last 2 seasons. Right, after the season's over, you move into the off season and you start addressing the things that you have to address to make yourself a better program. That starts with roster retention. Roster additions, how you might make some adjustments and tweaks within how you build your roster to be able to win games that you have to win at all points in the season. Increasing your depth as a football team, staffing, staff retention, staff adjustments, staff additions, upgrades. Then it really goes to the players and what they do in the off season, and with our strength and conditioning staff, our athletic training staff, our nutrition and dietitians. I mean, what they've done with these guys and how they've worked them really from the beginning of January up until this point now. We're now AJ Artis, our strength coach, and they can hand them over to the coaches. I mean, what they've done with these guys to build them into who they are has been great. But really the best part of the off season is, we're not just, a bunch of teammates running around. I mean, these guys have built a bond and a brotherhood, friendships, relationships, that when they go out on that field, they are truly willing to lay it on the line for each other. Right? And that doesn't come by just saying it or talking about it. There's a lot of action and work that takes place to make that happen. So, looking forward to this year. We've got a great opportunity in front of us. We really do. And it's not about other people's expectations that matter. I mean, the only expectations that matter are ours. Nothing externally should ever trump what our internal expectations are for ourselves. When you look at returning players on our team, I mean, we have 18 players returning who've started football games for us, 27 seniors on our team, which this day and age, that says a lot. It says a lot about the guys that wanted to stay here and be a part of this. Return 87% of our passing yards, 84% of our rushing yards. You look at some of the guys we brought with us today. I mean, Haynes King, our quarterback, his pass production numbers, when you look at the yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, lack of interceptions, I mean, it's one of the best in the recent in modern college football history and what he was able to do last year. Offensive lineman Red, Keelan Rutledge. I mean, he had All-American recognition last year. First time that a non-specialist at Georgia Tech's been named an All-American since 2014. And that was Shaq Mason. So Malik, little Energizer Bunny. I mean, if people don't know, I mean, he's been Georgia Tech's most productive wide receiver in terms of receptions, single season and career, all right, since Calvin Johnson. All right. Kyle doesn't have his neck roll on today, but I mean, Kyle Eford. I mean, he's a big part of, if not the biggest part of, the reason we had the biggest turnaround in run defense in that we've ever had. I think it's 30 years that type of turnarounds happen. Now we've still got a lot of work to do to continue to improve as a football team. We brought transfers in this year. All right, we retained our roster. These guys all had opportunities to go other places. All right, and that's the nature of the beast. Right, so but they chose to be here, and I'm indebted to these guys for that. Okay. Transfers we brought in, we had a certain approach we wanted to look at when we brought in transfers. All right, we wanted to sign guys as transfers to fill gaps and holes that had proven production at other colleges. We didn't want to bring guys in that had been sitting on the bench, and we wanted guys that had production at other places that to be able to fill holes. We brought in the Ivy League Offensive Player of the Year in Malachi Holsey, running back. The Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year, defensive end Braden Manley. An All-American wide receiver, and Eric Rivers, two Conference USA, his teammate Dean Patterson, another wide receiver, there was an All-Conference USA guy, freshman All-American DB, Daquan White, and then, starting SEC defensive tackle who returned back to where he started because he wanted to be with us. Right? He wanted to finish it where he started. So a lot of those are reasons why the outlook is very positive. Right? But we can all sit up here as head coaches and talk about the season, but really none of us really have any idea how it's going to unfold. But we can't control that. All we can do is control the work we put in, how we prepare, how we build our team, and how we play for each other. So, I'm extremely excited about this season coming up. I'm extremely excited about these guys we were able to bring with us today, as well as all the other guys on the football team. And with that, we'll leave it open for any questions.
Coach, thank you. We're going to go right side, about 6 rows right in the middle.
Steve, College Football Sunday. What were some of the factors that led to the Georgia game being played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this year instead of at the Flats?
Well, those are way above my pay grade. All right, I could care less. We go play them in Piedmont Park. I'm serious. We'll go home tonight and play somebody at 5 o'clock in Piedmont Park. I give a crap where we play.
Coach, with that, we'll move to the first row left. We'll come all the way down to the aisle here, please. We'll take questions 2 and 3 from there.
Joe Bombo, Athlon Sports. Coach, how much do you think the on-field performance of your team has impacted the ability to attract Georgia's top talent and keeping them in state?
Yeah, that's something we set out in the very beginning is to recruit the best players for Georgia Tech. Well, that starts in Atlanta and then in the state of Georgia, and then it works out to Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. and through Louisiana over, and maybe every now and then we'll find somebody from a little small town in East Texas.
Coach, next one.
Long view.
Next question right next to him.
Coach Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Haynes King, just what you've seen from him, I mean, be it injuries, going back out onto the field, being relentless, willing to play through something, just what his leadership has shown you, not just in word, but also in deed.
I don't have enough time to talk about, what he's done, for the football team, how he plays the game. I can tell you one story that probably just, encompasses everything about Haynes King. 2 seasons ago, we were playing in a bowl game, and it was towards the end of the game. And I don't know if many people know this. We were playing against UCF in the bowl, and Haynes had an opportunity in that football game to break 4 all-time single-season passing records at Georgia Tech, like close. And at the end of the game, we ran the ball 27 straight times, and he was saying, "Run it again, run it again." He was telling Buster, "Run it again, because he knew that was the way to break their will. Right? And when you got a guy like that puts the team above himself, right, and is willing to lay it on the line for his teammates, everybody else is going to run through a wall for him.
Coach, right side, 6th row back maybe.
Hey, Coach. Bruce Marshall from Sports Byline Armed Forces Radio. Real quick question about opening games, and I know forever, I mean, you're getting ready for teams that have a different look from the previous year, but nowadays it's even more pronounced with the changes. But in specifics about Colorado, different quarterback, and a lot of different faces, but the new quarterback had played at Liberty before. When you're getting ready for this game, are you going to watch some Liberty, or are you going to be watching what Colorado did to get prepared for the opener in Boulder?
Probably the worst person to ask that because I watch a lot of film. I've watched, their last 2 years season, every, offense, defense, special teams, every game in the last 2 years. I think I've watched them twice now. Their transfer players, I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through. Watching the film of where they've come from, regardless of who may or may not be a starter, or, if they have an opportunity to be, and then you piece it together. But when you go into a first game, you're only as good as your base offense, defense, and kicking game. All right, you have to rely back because it's about a game of adjustments by coaches, but you're as good as your base fundamentals.
Coach, up the center aisle to your left, about the 5th row, maybe 6th.
Hey, Coach, QCB, Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. I was going to piggyback off what my guy said about your opening games. We know about what happened last year. Florida State, you guys put the ACC on notice by upsetting them, and you got Boulder this upcoming away opener for you guys. Deion Sanders, and we know what kind of spotlight he brings when he been in Boulder the last 2 years, and the Deion effect. How are you going to prepare you guys mentally to deal with being on that type of microscope on a national level?
Yeah, we've played a lot of games on the national level in the last 2 years and on the national stage, and that's what we want to do. We want to play games that are on the national stage. We want to play games that are, that the public has a chance to see our brand of football and who we are as a team, and that's what we're going to continue to look to do, or play those games. So we're excited to go play Colorado. It's an opportunity to settle the 1990 national championship. So, and look, Deion was one of my heroes growing up as a kid. I mean, I played baseball and football. I mean, it was Deion and Bo Jackson. So, a pretty cool thing.
Coach, we'll squeeze in your last question to the right, 1st row.
Coach, Garrett Chapman, 24/7 Sports. Buster Faulkner, the news came out that he was extended this morning. What has he meant to this program, and what does it mean that he's going to be around the Flats for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I mean, first off, Buster is not only an extremely respected football coach, but he's a very dear friend. Him and his family, they're very close. I entrust him with the offense. I entrust him with putting the plan together, and we converse a lot and talk a lot. He's one of the closest confidants I have on the entire staff, with a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I trust Buster Faulkner. And look, what transpired with that, I mean, that just is another sign that shows the commitment that starts with Dr. Cabrera, with his commitment to Georgia Tech athletics and his commitment to Georgia Tech football, and giving us the resources to compete with anybody out there, anybody in the country. And I can't thank him enough for allowing those things to continue to happen. But at the same time, I mean, it's no different than I talk to the players about all the time. I mean, you know, there's one thing to walk in somebody's office and ask them for an increase in NIL or go out and earn it. And we're very transparent when it comes to these things. I want people to earn what they get, right? Earn what they go out and receive, not just be able to have it given to them. And we talk about that, and to have a coach mimic that same thing, and there's not anybody up here that's going to disagree. Like, I mean, he's the best play caller in the country. I mean, talk about getting the ball in the hands of different guys, and we got a lot of really good skill players on offense this year. And, you know, everybody's talking about running the football, by the way. We're throwing the ball 70 to 75 times a game this year, all right, at minimum. Well, Malik. But, you know, I'm excited for him, excited for the opportunity, but more excited for these players to be able to have continuity on the staff, because continuity on your team, retention of your team, your roster, continuity on your coaching staff, that just shows stability of a program.
Coach, thank you. You and Kyle can switch places, and we'll spend just a few minutes with our linebacker.
Go Jackets.
Folks, we'll get to as many questions as we can. Again, we've only got about 30 minutes with each school, so I appreciate your patience. First question will come right side, first row, right in front of you, Kyle.
Kyle, you went through some, injuries and so forth last season. How are you feeling now, and how does the linebacker room look to you?
Man, I feel great now. My body feels great. I'm just ready to get on that football field, man. And the linebacker room looks good. We got some good depth in there. Got some boys ready to play ball.
Kyle, we're going to bring your second question. Still front row this time, just to your left.
Kyle, Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Just what it's like to work with defensive coordinator Blake Gideon, and what your takeaways are from the way that he goes about his job, and maybe some of those little pieces that we don't see every week that you see in those intricate details.
Oh, yes, sir. Coach Gideon's been great thus far. He's going to have us playing real fast out there, real instinctual football. He's speeding that defense up for us, man, and we're real excited to get out there and play instinctual football game.
Kyle, to your right, second row.
Najee, welcome to Georgia Tech on SI. Kyle, I just want to ask you about a little bit about the linebacking room. I know you got some guys, obviously yourself, EJ Lightsey. But I just want to talk about the growth and development of Tahaj Butler. We know how good he is. Just what have you seen from him?
Yeah, man, Tajay and EJ, the boys are coming along, man. When it comes to them, it's just going to be about them slowing the game down in their head, staying healthy. When you have a true freshman coming back with, 50, 60 tackles, it says a lot. His game says all really what he needs to say about it.
Kyle, to your left, about the sixth row, about right in the middle.
Hey, Kyle, Owen Hillman with WFS. People described you as a throwback linebacker in the past. Who are your biggest inspirations in terms of playing linebacker that are throwbacks?
I really, if I'm being honest, man, I only watched Ray Lewis growing up. That was my go-to guy.
Kyle, from the podium, Georgia native, your home is only about 35 miles away from Bobby Dodd Stadium. What's it like for you to represent that school in what is, in essence, right around the corner from your hometown?
It means a lot to me. Staying local was one of the aspects that played into my decision. So, it's nice kind of being a hometown hero per se, but it's just the added intensity towards it. I want to put on for my city.
We'll go back to the first row, right side.
Kyle, Garrett Chapman, 24/7 Sports. Coach Key talked about how the defense took a very large step forward in run defense last year. Where is this defense improving this year, and do you think you can replicate that success that you had in the run defense?
Not 100. I think our front is going to start at the front. Obviously, really all three levels is going to be something serious. I definitely think just getting out of such a defined defense and letting us play instinctual football, the game that we've been playing since we were kids, it's definitely going to work out for the better.
Kyle, your last question to the right, fifth row towards the right.
Brent Apocris with the league winners. You've been a consistent presence in the middle of this Georgia Tech defense. How have you approached being a leader over the past 2 seasons, and how are you looking to improve on that even further in 2025?
One of my major things going in this year was becoming a more vocal leader. I've always been somebody who preferred to lead by example and just kind of get things done, and folks just follow me by default. But I'm to that point now where I'm not gonna sit back and watch anything anymore. I'm gonna, if I see an issue, I'm gonna address it. So definitely becoming a more vocal leader has been my focus.
Kyle, thank you. You and Haynes can switch spots.
Yes, sir.
Folks will spend about 5 minutes with our quarterback. And Haynes, we'll take your first question to the right, third row.
Kenton Gibbs, Locked On ACC. Haynes, you had a shoulder injury, and the decision afterwards was to use you as like a running only quarterback / battering ram there. I mean, it was one of the more unique things I've ever seen in my time being around football. What went into that decision to say, I may not be able to help throw him, but I'll put my body on the line as a runner to help this team win?
Well, I missed the 2 games before that, wishing I could be out on the field but couldn't. And then Buster came and asked me, he was like, hey, would getting hit on that shoulder hurt it any worse? I was like, I don't know. We'll ask the doctor. Doctor says no. And he was like, okay, we're going to put you in a couple running packages. I was like, okay, like whatever the team needs. Like, I don't care if I have to hand it off or run it, like, or just be on the field. Like, my presence on the field, I have no idea, but I'll do whatever it takes.
Haynes, first row to your left. It'll be the gentleman here on the end of the first row.
Joe Bombo, Athlon Sports. Haynes, with the turnover and a lot of quarterbacks within the ACC, what advantage do you feel you possess over a lot of other quarterbacks in your conference?
Like Keith said, with the retention that we have, with the guys coming back, the camaraderie, not just with my teammates, but with the coaching staff as well. Just being together with those guys for at least 2 to 3 years is really big. We know each other. We know what we're good at, what we're not, things that we need to work on, get better at. And just the amount of reps and experience that we have together, it takes us to the next level, and it's going to improve us.
Staying on the left, Haynes, sixth row right in the middle.
Hi there, Haynes. Owen Hillman with WPFS Tallahassee. You played Georgia 3 times already, and you came very close to winning against them, the 8 overtime loss. What are you looking into the next time you're playing against Georgia?
Well, hopefully to beat them. I know it's a big rivalry game. Like you said, last 2 times have been really close. Last one being 8 overtimes. They're a really good coached football team, but at the end of the day, it's the hell with Georgia, and we're trying to beat them.
Haynes towards the back left side. Raise your hand, sir. Thank you.
How you doing? Colby Dant, College Football Experience. Haynes, you had, I think it was 24 carries for over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns against Georgia, which I think everyone watching the game said, man, this dude's a dog. But I'm curious as a – oh, no, I'm sorry. No pun intended. But anyway, as a quarterback, how many – 24 carries. 24 carries. Is that something that you think we'll see again this year?
Yeah, whatever it takes. It might be 24 carries, 24 passes, or 24 handoffs. Whatever it takes to win and move the ball, I'm willing to do.
Haynes, we're going to bring it all the way down here to the left side. Be the gentleman first row towards the wall. Right there. Thank you.
Kelly Quinlan, Jackets Online. Haynes, can you talk about your decision to come back to Georgia Tech? You've been bought into this. This is an age. We see tons of guys transferring around. We saw some here at this ACC kickoff as well. What made your decision to come back so easy for you, and what made you decide that Georgia Tech was a place for you to be?
I mean, it was very simple and easy. I believe in what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and we have a really good opportunity on, like we've said before, with all the people coming back. Whether it's players, coaches, strength staff, nutrition, you name it. Everybody coming back. We have a great building, great opportunity, people I trust, and people that are wired the same and want to do things the right way. And that just makes the decision so much easier, so much simple. When you put in stuff like that and decisions like that, it's not about chasing greener grass or chasing that. It's like I'm surrounding myself with the right kind of people, and I will be successful if I do that.
Hey, your last question still in the front row right in front of you.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. You heard your head coach say that, you'll do whatever it takes. You're willing to run that ball, and when you had so many records on the line, you shifted to the run instead. We live in a selfish world. Why are you a selfless quarterback?
It's just how I was raised. My dad, he's a longtime high school football coach. He's also an offensive lineman, and I think that's why me and Key get along so well. I got an offensive mind mentality. And if we're running the ball and that's the way to win the ball game, I'm going to do that. I don't care about stats. I'm not a stat guy. If you continue to win, everything else is going to, fall into place. Whether it's accolades, whether it's stats, stuff like that. Like sometimes you're going to have to throw it for 400, or sometimes you're going to have to hand it off for 400. Like I said, as long as we're finding ways to win and moving the ball and scoring, we're going to give a lot of teams hell this year.
So our quarterback is going to toss it to our wide receiver. Malik, you are now up. Folks, we've got about 4.5 minutes with Malik, so we will try to get through it as quickly as we can. Malik, first question, left side, third row, all the way to the wall.
Katrina Sacken, Sports and Culture Media. Malik, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. You withdrew your name from the transfer portal back in December. What feels right about returning to the Flats for your final year of eligibility?
Playing for that guy right there, Coach Key, and playing with these two guys. And also my mom, she wanted me to graduate from Georgia Tech. That played a big part. And I just wanted to be here. I've been committed to Georgia Tech since my sophomore year in high school, so I wanted to finish what I started. And I was a part of the rebuild, so yeah.
Malik, right side, sixth row, all the way towards the right.
Brent Pockers with the league winners. You have consistently produced out of the slot for this offense over the past 2 years. How have you developed your route running skills to take full advantage of this position and utilize your skill set to the best of basically essentially your capability?
Just taking advice from my receiver coach, Coach McKnight, and just watching a lot of film day and night. Even if I'm just on YouTube watching, NFL guys training and things like that, I'm always trying to, piggyback off things that I see. So yeah.
Malik, to your right, first row.
Malik, Garrett Chapman, 24/7 Sports. Why is this Georgia Tech team ready to compete at the next level?
Because of the depth we have. We never had this much depth in all the years that I've been here. I feel like every guy on our team could play ball at the highest level that Coach Key wants us to play at. Yeah.
Malik, from the podium, you said you had a commitment not only to your head coach but also to your mother. Describe that family. What is it about family that drives you so much?
Since I was a kid, my mom, my mom and my dad and my two older brothers, they literally did anything that I asked of them, it's no way that I could repay them. But just go hard for them, and get them anything that they want. And, one of my biggest goals is to retire my mom and dad, so, yeah.
We're going to go back second row to the right. We'll spin it around. That's my fault.
Najee Wilkins, Georgia Tech on SI. Malik, I just want to ask you about the wide receiver room. We know it's deep this year, but just talk about putting the work in daily with these guys. You got Dean Patterson, Eric Rivers, yourself. Got some young guys. Been hearing a lot about Isaiah Canyon. Just talk about this room a little bit.
All great guys. We all competitive. This fall camp, it's about to be a lot of competition. We don't know who's going to be a starter. And, it's up to Coach McKnight. But, we come in to work every single day. We go out there. We have fun. We always dancing around, things like that. It's just... Yeah, we just go out there, compete.
So right behind him, Malik, in the third row.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. You had a great season last year, finishing just shy in terms of being the team leader for receiving yards, and you were tied for the lead in touchdowns. Do you at all feel a little slighted that more people nationally are talking about who left the room than you returning and withdrawing your name from the transfer portal?
No, I don't really care about any of that, to be honest. I'm just worried about winning and becoming a better teammate for my team. So yeah.
Malik, thank you very much. Georgia Tech, thank you. Good luck this season. We'll see you out on the road.
Sure.
Folks, Wake Forest is due up at 3 o'clock, and